Hey guys, what's going on? So I wanted to make a video tonight because there was this really cool exercise that I just did. I'm in this 21-day love challenge and it's been really cool. We've been doing a lot of meditations and homework and exercises that kind of help you realize your patterns in dating and helping you realize those patterns so that you no longer do them and create new patterns, new habits. So I just want to share with you guys what I did. You guys can do one for yourself. You're actually going to create a list. I'm just going to share with you what was on my list and what I recreated, but you guys can do your own thing. So basically what you guys are going to do is create a list of, what was it? Values. Oh, values. Okay. So you're going to put things that you used to value. Let's say prior you. So like the old you. What were some things that you used to accept from someone when you were dating, right? So you're going to write all these things, these old patterns. And of course, this is going to be the things that you start to notice that are negative, like what is it that I am attracting into my life? What am I allowing? So I'm just going to share some examples of what mine are. I'm not going to go through the whole prior because it's going to be the same thing. It's just I'm switching up, the new value, the new pattern. So I'm going to share with you guys what I came up with. But if you guys want to do it on your own and you come up with your own, what you're going to do is write down your old mindset, your old patterns, like the patterns that you want to work on, right? So you're going to write those down. And then on the side of it, you're going to write your new patterns. Like, what are you going to do now? What's going to change? What are you no longer going to put up with anymore when it comes to dating and love? So that's going to be the new values, the new patterns. So for what I wrote, and I actually wrote it in my mirror here because I want to see it. I want to see it every day. I want to remember whenever I even, meet someone. Like, I'm not like looking for it or anything like that. First of all, I would love it for it to be organic. So that's one new value that I made for myself, to not put so much effort into meeting someone, or like if I go out and I'm fucking looking for somebody, like where he at? You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that anymore, because I used to be that person. Like, I'm like, maybe he's in this bar, maybe he's in this library, maybe he's just not fucking ready for me yet. So that's what we're doing. So it's kind of dark in here, but I think I can read it. So one of my first is pay attention to people's efforts. So I notice I have a pattern of making excuses for people where I'm like, oh, he didn't do it because he was too busy. Oh my, he forgot my birthday because he just has so much going on. Yeah, that really happened, guys. Tired of making excuses for people, because you know what, at the end of the day, and it doesn't matter whether you're a female or a male watching this, if somebody wanted to, they would. Okay? And that's the reality of it. A lot of us don't want to hear it because we don't want to face the truth, and we don't want to feel that sting of the truth of like facing, like, maybe they just don't give a fuck about me. No one wants to hear that. No one in their right mind. I don't care how positive you are. Like, it fucking hurts, dude. Like, no one wants to hear that. But what we're going to start doing is paying attention to people's efforts. Is this person doing the same thing I'm doing? Is this person reciprocating the same fucking energy? Or am I the one doing everything and I'm sitting here like, like just looking like an idiot and waiting and seeing and like making excuses? Okay? So we're not going to do that anymore. So one is pay attention to people's efforts. And this is not, I don't want to say this like, don't take it like in a manipulative way. Like, I don't want you guys to move in a manipulative way. It's just paying attention. Sometimes, you know what I like to do? Sometimes I love it when you start to get to know somebody and the guy's like, so what kind of guys you like? Bro, why would I tell you? That's a cheat code. You want me to give you a cheat code so you can pretend to be something that you're not, to keep me happy for a few months, and then be like, after 6 months where the real person comes out, then you're like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't see this coming. Don't give them a cheat code. That's for guys and girls, okay? So pay attention to the efforts. Stay quiet. Just pay attention, bro. Just listen. Just look and see. What do they do? Okay? Number 2, knowing when to walk away when seeing someone's true intentions. I have a new friend. Love her to death. I swear to God, she's like my fucking twin. But she recently went through this breakup. She's really distraught. She's really fucking hurt. And I'm trying to help her navigate through it because she's still at this place, and no judgment, because we all been there. I've been that bitch, where we're like crying and like, oh, but why doesn't he love me enough? Like, he blocked me. He took me off fucking Instagram. I'm not enough. And I have to sit here and tell her like, bitch, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the value of yourself. Like, what this dude has done to you, and like, I'm not going to get into specifics or anything like that. The guy's not, he's not it, okay? It's not one of those like, oh, we're going to break up for a little bit and work things out. No, he is not it. So what I told her was, listen, people do to you what you allow, okay? If you allow somebody, if you allow a man, if you allow a woman to get away with the smallest things, what do you think they're going to keep doing? The same thing. Because they're going to be like, oh, it doesn't bother them, so let me just keep doing it. Let's see how deep I can dig this fucking hole for myself. Okay? Because that's what they do. And even if it's unintentional, it's just like, it's just what they're used to. So, what was it again? Knowing when to walk away. So yeah, so when you're seeing these things, when you're seeing these red flags, because let's be real, and this is why I brought her up, is because I asked her, I said, let me ask you something. I said, do you mean to tell me, and be real with me, girl. I was like, listen, bitch, tell me not. You already saw the fucking red flags, and you already knew not to fuck with this guy. Tell me not. Tell me not. Tell me not. She's like, yeah. Bro, isn't that, why do we do that? I can talk about it because I used to be that person. The last guy I was dealing with, knowing damn well he didn't want commitment, but I stuck around. I'm like, maybe one day he'll want me. Maybe if I lost like 20 more pounds. Maybe if I got extra big titties. Maybe if I lost this, he'll want me. Why do we do that? We see that. We see all the red flags, but we don't want to listen to them because, I don't know. It could be for different reasons. It just doesn't matter. The red flags were there. We didn't want to listen. Whether it be, I don't know, we're trying to prove our worth and our value through someone. Like, maybe if I can just win this person, it'll make me feel so good to know, like, I made this specific person want me or commit to me. It's almost like this, it's sick, dude. If you really think about it, like, it's like this sick game that we do sometimes with ourselves, like, trying to prove our worth, not to them, it's really for us. It's really fucking manipulative, and we don't realize that we do it when we do it. But we always knew, and we saw the red flags. They were there the whole fucking time. That's crazy to me. So we had that conversation, and I had to tell her, like, listen, look at it for what it is. You were attracting someone who was a mirror of you. And that's a whole nother conversation to be had, especially for people who don't understand, like, because it's a very spiritual thing, guys. Like, when it comes to dating and all this stuff, like, people don't realize how much it's just so fucking deep. We attract what we believe we deserve. And then we sit here and wonder why would God do this to me? Why would God send me someone like, but yet we did it to ourselves, and we don't want to hear it, because who would want to experience those things? Who would want to be cheated on? Who would want to be taken advantage of and just played with, right? All right. Now we're going to number 3. Value my time alone. So I wrote this down because, all right, we're going to go back into time. About 3 years ago, I was with this guy. Okay? My house is messy, but I don't think y'all can see it from up here. All right, cool. So I was dating this guy for like 3 years on and off. And he would cheat on me all the time. And it wasn't on some like, I met somebody and I fucked up. No. This man had 3 other girlfriends and dated like 4 other women, like having fun with them and going out and shit and dating, right? Fucking them. And you would think that when I found out I would leave. I did for a little bit. And guess what happened? I got lonely. I'm like, damn. My bed's kind of empty. There's no one to watch TV with me anymore when I want to come home from a long day of work. Karaoke is just not enough for me. Snorlax is sleeping. He's not even paying attention to me right now. This is lonely. That's how I used to think. And I would let it get to my head so much to the fact where it's like, I guess I'll settle. I'll settle for someone who cheats on me so that I'm not by myself. Isn't that sad? That's pretty fucked up. But we do it sometimes. And I'm guilty of that. Because we don't want to be alone. Because what happens when you're by yourself? When you're sitting in the silence? When you don't have the distractions? There's some things that you might have to face for yourself. And some people are just not ready to face it. Some people can't handle it. Some people can't handle silence. You know, I used to have this old roommate. I didn't last too long with them because they were too much for me. That's a whole nother thing. But I remember thinking to myself, like, man, they really can't sit still with themselves. Like, from the moment they woke up to the moment they fell asleep, the TV was on at like max high with music playing at the same time in the background. It used to drive me crazy. I would lock myself in the room. And they even got mad at me for a while because they're like, we think you don't like us because you're always in your room and da-da-da. It became this whole thing. And I'm like, listen, I can't fucking think out here. Like, bro, I didn't even like cooking in there because I was like, he's yelling, she's yelling, the baby's screaming, the music's playing. Like, it was just way too fucking much. I can't, how do you guys function? And I was like thinking to myself, oh no, I'll never forget what my friend told me at the time. She goes, did you know that's a form of, oh my God, I forgot what it's called. But she says that like when people are in that state, in that frequency, it's like they do it on purpose because you're not able to think properly. Isn't that some twisted shit? I really gotta look up what that's called. But the way that she broke it down to me, like, it just made so much sense. And I'm like, and I say it makes sense because of what happened after that with all the mess, that happened. And then I moved out. But anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, like being alone. We all been there, but I've been learning, and I'm still going through the process. I mean, it's been a while. I've neither seen or heard from him for like 2 years, and it's I do find myself still sometimes now, like, because I'm not seeing anyone right now, and it used to bother me, and I would feel like lonely or whatever, but I find myself feeling happier being alone because, for one, I don't have to answer to anyone. And not that relationships is about that, but I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say in a positive way. I have more time for myself. When I was with him, I would do everything for him, cater to him. And, he had 2 kids. I had 1 kid. And we were all living together. And it was like I was doing for him, the kids. And it was like there was no Denise. There was no me. There was no... But I've learned, through time that I was doing that on purpose. Another conversation to be had. But, I was doing so much for everyone else that I forgot about myself. So one thing I can really appreciate now is, you hear this? Silence. You probably hear my fan in the background. But the silence, and it just being me and my kid, enjoying my time with him, personal time with him. Like now he's spending the night at my mom's house tonight because he's sick of me. He's spending the night there tonight. So I'm here and I'm like, I can enjoy, like, back then I would feel the need to be like, my son's gone, I can fucking party, I got people over. And now I'm like, nah, I don't want nobody over. This is me time. Sometimes I just want to sit here and just stare at the damn wall. Maybe I'll paint something. Maybe I'll watch a nice movie, do the things that I don't normally do, but by myself, and enjoying that, and really enjoying it, like for real, guys. Like, I don't think people understand how precious it is to have those times and moments, you know. It's nice if you want to get married and have kids and stuff like that, but I don't think some people, when they start life early, especially with children, we get so carried away with taking care of everyone else that we forget what it's like to like take care of ourselves and to be alone. So yeah, so let's do that. Let's be happy with being alone because it's fun. I get to do what I want. Sometimes I be playing my fucking karaoke machine and I be singing to myself. Yo, that should be fun. Doing things that you used to do when you were a kid. Do that by yourself. I don't care if it's as silly as playing Twister. Just do it. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Speak up for myself when someone disrespects me. I don't even know where to start with this one. And it's crazy, y'all. Like, when I really start to think about it, how much, like, the reason why I choose the partners that I do, I'm starting to really realize why I choose the partners that I do. And it really stems from childhood. It really does. The last guy I was seeing, I thought things were great. But there were little things that he was doing that I'd be like, red flaggy, you know? I noticed he wasn't a good communicator. And whenever he was upset with me, he would talk to me like kind of fucking sideways. And I'd be like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? I'm not thinking about it now, but it would be hurtful. Or I'm like, if you really cared about me, like, you wouldn't speak to me in that tone. You wouldn't. And it made me really think, and this is how I know I'm growing and like choosing, you know, the right person, because this is part of the reason why I cut it off with him, because I was like, imagine if we were in a committed relationship, or like in the future, like if we got married and rushed everything and he talked to me like that sideways every time he had a problem with me. And I was just like, that's so, like, what hurt me the most about it was that I don't speak to you that way. So why do you feel the right to speak this way to me? And it wasn't until later on that I started to realize, I was talking to my friend on the phone and I said, you know what I realized, dude? And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm dating my fucking mother. I was dating my mom. The way that he would talk to me, the way he would disrespect me, and like just the tone in itself, I'm just like, I don't want that. But we tend to do that because, you know, from our childhood trauma sometimes and the things that we've, you know, been through in our lives, we think it's normal. We're like, what's the word? Like familiar with it. So we think it's okay because it's like, oh, this has happened my whole life. This is normal. Like, no, bitch, it's not fucking normal. It's not okay. It's not okay. And I had to realize that. And once I realized, I'm like, dude, I'm dating my mom. Like, it's not okay. I can't do this anymore. And amongst other things that happened, but you know, he wasn't trying to commit. So I was like, all right, well, I want a relationship. And I think the time that I've given you to figure it out, it doesn't take that long. So I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. So like when I was saying, after value, to speak up for myself when someone disrespects me, and being able to speak up for myself when I want something. It's okay for you to want what you want. If they cannot give you what you are asking for, which I'm pretty sure is normal and not something out of fucking left pocket and crazy, you can go. Baby, it's okay. If you're not going to give me what I want, I'm going to find a man who's going to do it. And having that confidence in knowing, like, I am good enough. I am deserving. I am love. Like, I can have that. And I will not settle for someone who's going to treat me or disrespect me in that way. And knowing that I deserve better. You deserve better. Okay, guys? All right. Number 5 is acknowledge the red flags. And I think that kind of it's kind of the same thing as knowing when to walk away when you see someone's true intention. So it's basically the same thing, but acknowledging the red flags and seeing them for what they truly are. Make sure you make this decision based off of not out of your own ego, or if you're like angry in the moment, like take time to, like, you know, if you guys have a heated argument or something like that, like sometimes you need time alone. Sometimes you need time to kind of like, you know, reflect on whatever conversation or conflict you guys might have, and look at it from like the outside box, you know what I mean? Like looking at from out to in, you know, because sometimes as humans, and we tend to do it, I mean, it's normal, where we get like really worked up and we get you know, into our egos, and we're like, no, I'm fucking right, no, you're fucking right, and it becomes this thing. But we really ultimately, we know who's right or who's wrong or who's in, and it's not even about that. It's just living in your truth and knowing, like, you know what may seem right to you, okay, may be wrong for me, and that's okay. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, just because I believe in, you know, I don't know, things should be a certain way, and someone thinks it's complete opposite, that just makes them not your person, and that's okay. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope I explained that right. That was kind of hard to explain. But that's what helps you filter out who's meant for you and who is for you. And the last one is only give. My son is so funny. He added to this. I'm not even going to tell y'all what he put. He's so silly. Can't. Only give to those who reciprocate. And the thing that pops up for me with this is, I'm going to use me as an example, is overgiving. Why do we overgive sometimes? Whether you know it or not, it is a very manipulative tactic that people tend to do. People who are overgivers are expecting something back because they think, okay, if I give this much to someone, they're gonna love me, or they're gonna choose me or love me more. And it's not true. That has nothing to do with it. So I think what I'm trying to say is recognizing what is a healthy reciprocation, where it's not where you're giving from a place of, I'm giving so that I can get something back from you, or, you know, again, using myself as a example with the last person I was seeing. I noticed myself doing that, and I was like, ooh, you know, it's funny as you start to gradually, as you start learning about yourself and the things that you do, and you kind of pay attention and you're more aware of the decisions that you make and your actions. In the middle of me doing it, I was thinking to myself, like, ooh, I'm doing too much, like. And not that it's not to like hold you back from like doing anything nice from anyone. It has nothing to do with that. Because naturally I like seeing people's faces light up when I do something nice for them, you know? I guess that's what I get out of it. But I noticed with this specific person, it was because we were in this weird limbo thing where he wasn't wanting to be committed to me. I was like doing a lot. And I remember like, it was crazy. It's so embarrassing, but whatever. I'm sorry, when I think about it, I get so angry at myself because I'm like, how do I let myself go through that? But whatever, it's all a learning lesson. And whoever's hearing this, you know, listening to this now, if you guys need to hear it, here it goes. So his birthday was like 2 weeks before mine. And for his birthday, like, I went all out. I got him this, like, I made him you know how girls get like flower bouquets? So for men, I like to make men bouquets. So I made him this like one with like little liquor bottle, like with it like glued on the stick, and then I put little Pokemon cards in there and like all nerdy shit, and a little light that flashed happy birthday. And that day he was working, so I told him, like, can you at least stop by like on your way home from work, like I have something to give you. So he comes to pick it up. Oh my god, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. Then the day of his birthday, I had this thing made. Excuse me. I had this, it's some real nerdy crap. You're knocking down my stuff, Archie. It's okay. You guys scared? It's okay. What was I saying? Oh, okay. So he liked chess. He likes chess. So I had this 3D chess thing made. So I bought like the bottom part of the chess piece, you know, like to play chess, and there's this game that he likes to play online. So I had this guy like 3D make individually these like little characters like as chess pieces, and I painted them. I went all out, right? Honestly, that's stuff I normally would do for people, because and it's not just like my lovers or whatever, but like my friends too. Like when I love people, I don't know, I enjoy going all out. So I had that made. And then I also ordered him like this t-shirt that he mentioned that he wanted, like off of TikTok. So I put that in my closet. So I did all that. And then like, when I gave it to him, I actually gave it to him here in my room. I had him walk into the room like, here's a prize. And, you know, I gave it to him and he's like, wow. And I don't know, like, it's like then I already knew like he wasn't really into me, because I kind of felt like, I don't know, like maybe he felt like I was doing too much or something, because I was feeling that energy too already. And then because I was trying to diffuse this awkward feeling, I'm like, let me give him the other thing I was going to get him. And I went and grabbed the fucking shirt. I'm like, oh, I got this too. And as I'm doing this, I remember my spirit's telling me like, bro, you're doing too fucking much. You're doing too much. And it was me just trying to diffuse the awkward feeling that I was already feeling. And like knowing, like deep down, I knew in my spirits, guys, like he was not trying to date me like that. I think I was just more of a convenience to him, but we're going to let that conversation go because I'm going to be upset. Not at him. It's like I get upset at myself. That's what I'm getting upset about. For allowing myself to kind of like go through the same cycle again. But you know what? I just want you guys to know, like, don't get caught up in that, because it is out of these mistakes, out of these relationships, out of these situationships is where we finally begin to learn our mistakes, so that we don't continue to do the same thing and make the same decisions, right? That was the whole point of this. So like I said, with the 2 values, so you're going to write down the values on one side of what you used to do that you no longer want to do. And then on the right side, go ahead and write new values for yourself. And if you want to do what I just did, putting it on the mirror, you can write it down on paper, put it like on your wall every day when you wake. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that. Like I was saying, without killing yourself. Look at this girl. Put it on this empty wall now. So that you see it every day when you start your day, or when you're about to go out on a date and you meet somebody new. Like, this is what I'm not putting up with. This is not where, yo, there's this guy on, oh my God, on Instagram. He's so funny. I wish I could remember his name right now. But he does these really funny videos. He pretends to be a girl. He puts on like a do-rag and pretends like it's his hair. And he plays the role as like a woman not putting up with red flags. Like, he's like, this is what we're not gonna do, 100%, and you're blocked. And he does these like scenarios of like guys trying to play you and stuff like that, and he just replies the way that we're supposed to be basically replying to these men who are silly as hell. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys got something out of that. I really want to share that with you guys because I felt like it was really a really powerful exercise and homework. So yeah, dive deep and figure out what it is you guys truly want. And if you guys are alone like I am, and like in that like transitional phase of like learning, and healing, so that, when you do meet the person that you're meant to be with or whatever, taking the time to learn yourself so that you can create new values and know what is it that you truly want in a partner. Because there's years that I thought I wanted my person to be a specific way, and now I'm in a completely different mindset as to what that even is right now. And it's just like, we're just not gonna do that. We're not dating the same guys. We're not dating the same girls. And paying attention to when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Who said that? Medea? I think it was Medea. Man, why do we do that? I know I've come a long way, because when I had my girlfriend come over here and she was upset, I'm like, damn, I used to be like that. Like, I used to really let a guy emotionally, like, wreck me. But be patient with yourselves, guys. Be gentle with yourself. It's all a learning experience. As long as you're willing to learn and see things, like face some things about yourself that you may not be ready to hear or realize, you know, take your time. Take your time. And feel into it. You know, I kept telling my friend, or she kept telling me, like, I'm so sorry, I keep crying. I'm like, girl, cry. You're sad, bitch, cry. You're angry, bitch, go. You want to go in my room and break something? Like, go, cry, break something. Like, I even told her, yo, let's go to a rage room. I'll do that shit with you, bro. Like, do whatever it's going to take to get that feeling out so you can heal faster. And I told her, the more you cry, the more you hurt and feel, what are you doing? The faster the healing comes. I'm not telling y'all to be super, everything's positive and my life is so great. Think positive thoughts, guys. That's cool, but you need to feel too. You gotta have that. Is it duality? I don't know. You can't have one without the other. You gotta have both. And to heal, you have to feel. And let go. All right, now I just feel like I'm ranting, guys, so I'm gonna let y'all go, but I hope you guys got something out of that. Okay? Bye!